When she spoon and like a BB moment, which is like a beautiful black moment. Did we get any of those in this episode?
Black.
We have a chaotic bi moment of the
chaotic bi moment. And you're watching Black Bi Reality.
Black Bi Baddies.
And those who love us.
Hello, you are watching and are listening to the Black Bi Reality podcast, a podcast for Black Bi Baddies, those who love us. I am your host, Nicole Weaver, an entertainment reporter currently writing for Parade and Pop Heist. And once again, we are back to talk about the Traitors US Season 4, Episode 10. And once again, I am joined by my co-host. Hi, Quita.
Hi there.
Hey there. We are so close to the end. This one's a wonky episode. Is that just me? It's like a wonky week for me. We're coming in a little bit later. Or is it like, yes, this episode was wonky?
Honestly, I kind of feel like Rob in this episode of like just cue up truth is I'm tired. Like it's just like we're getting down to the final days and I'm tired. And we've been on this journey for a long time. And honestly, I'm ready for it to be over. Just give Rob the money. Just give him money.
Honestly, we could have dropped this and the finale and then give us the reunion.
Honestly, at this point, I'm like Tara. I'm done. I'm done.
That's fair. In this episode, we had breakfast. Johnny said that him and Tara came out. I was like, very interesting phrasing there, but everyone now knows that they're besties. And they revealed they had to go to the dungeon, do the little Jack in the Box to see if they were murdered. And we find out Kristen's the one who got it. What do you think of this choice?
I mean, I think it makes sense because she was like a louder voice, and it also helped I know no one wants to believe that Rob Rausch is as conniving and strategic as he is, but I think he let that murder happen to further kind of put Eric under the bus.
And it's wild because it didn't really work. Like
Kristen
was flat out like, Eric, you didn't talk. And guess what? Eric doesn't talk again in this episode.
He doesn't. It's truly the love of Rob runs so deep. Kristen looked Mark in his eyes and said, if I'm gone, Eric did it. And Mark woke up the next day and was like, dang, Kristen's gone. Eric probably did it. And then Rob was like, nah, bro, Eric's the homie. He's cool. And Mark was like, oh, maybe it isn't Eric.
Yeah. Wild. So she said that she's at peace, Kristen, and that if Rob is a traitor, or no, if Eric is a traitor, well done. Which is like, it really?
It's really not well done. He was like hyperventilating in the corner the moment he became a traitor.
Seriously, it is what it is. And now Rob tells Eric that they need to get Natalie banished, which everyone's on Natalie. Natalie is the last gamer. I feel so bad for her because it's like, were they ever gonna let her get this close, really, or when?
No. Yeah.
Poor Natalie. So after breakfast, Tara brings up Rob being a traitor to Natalie. She's considering this. They also talk about him having a dagger. So he's formidable opponent. Yeah. Mark questions Rob and mentions Kristen going after Eric yesterday. And yeah, I hate the whole like, are you a traitor? Look at me. Look at me.
What is that gonna do? Like, other than Johnny and Tara, no one else really knows each other that well to be able to know if they were looking each other in the eye if the other one lying. Like, Mark, what is that? It's like he looked you in your eye and he lied to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the job description. And then Maura says she's not good at this game. So why is she here? Everyone's asking why are they here by the end. And I think that's actually a great question. I love where Natalie goes with it. But yeah, Maura's just like, I'm obviously not good at this. So she says this to Tara and Natalie. Maura says, it can't be Rob, and yet you can't be 100%. I think they were also getting very meta without saying it in this conversation with Tara, Maura, and Natalie, because they were like, why would it be Rob? That's random, because we never had a Love Island USA person be a traitor. It would seem very random.
But why not? You know, I'm just like, why not? It's the traitor. It's like, we've never had two housewives as traitors either. Like, it's a different season. We had Travis Kelce's mother in this game as a secret traitor. This season, they're just doing whatever, clearly. And that train of thought of like, why are we still here? I'm really sad that they would not allow themselves to keep going down this road, because I'm like, literally the smartest two people left are Natalie and Rob is gunning for Natalie. So it's like, if the most strategic people left, one of them is going for the other, and one of them has gotten out two traitors. Like, Rob led the charge for two traitors back to back. The only way to have that level of knowledge, you have to be in the turret. And I just don't understand why Tara and Maura and Mark will not allow themselves to just be like, keep thinking, like, it has to be him. It has to be him.
Yeah, I don't know. The mission in this one was a carousel. This is hilarious that freaking Eric and Tara just get out of it. They don't have to spin or nothing.
They said due to medical reasons, so I'm curious if it's like vertigo or something, because I can imagine.
Yeah. And then they didn't tell them that it was going to be basically musical chairs, because Rob comes back and he's like, there's no other chair. Alan's like, no, so sorry. And Rob's pouting. Now, Natalie claims, oh, I see it now. Rob, you're such a bad actor.
I'm like, no, actually, the mask is slipping. I'm like, now you get to see the real Rob. He's acting all the time with y'all. Like, now we all get to witness Love Island Season 6 tantrum throwing Rob. Like, that is Rob.
Yes.
Mark was like, dude, like, what is going on?
He's like, this wasn't personal. And he's like, I'm not mad at you. And then Alan's like, you mad at the game? Because Alan's like, yeah, I could have told all y'all that this was musical chairs, but I didn't. So
love it.
Yeah, it's like, I would be heated too. It is what it is. From that, Maura just proves to be useless. Like, she can't tear open a teddy bear. She's barely able to race back on her own. Freaking Natalie's helping her. Like, Maura, please do something for yourself.
Yes. And also, I understand the logic that Natalie had of like trying to put forward good faith by helping Maura, but I'm like, no, Maura is so attached to Rob. She doesn't care what you do, what you say. I wish Natalie would have just kept working for the Shield for herself.
I know. So I'm so upset. And it's like, Maura was like really leaning on the guys before this. I don't like how she's now leaning on Natalie and then surpassed her. Now, from there, we got, now people are back from so who gets the shield?
It was Eric, or no. It was Eric, yeah, right?
Okay.
The Traitors' plan went through.
Okay, good. So after that, Natalie hopes to get Mark on board to banish Rob. We're counting votes now. We're like, who's on the jury, basically. And Johnny tells Eric that Natalie's going after Rob, so that's known. But now Eric's like, it feels desperate. So now we're painting Natalie's the traitor who's now desperate and therefore is going after Rob, which we all know Rob can possibly be a traitor. So
I can't stand it.
I know. And the Tara part of it all. So Johnny, Eric, Maura, and Rob discuss Natalie in the bar. They think Natalie's reaction to Kristen's murder also was cold.
It's a game. What is she so sad? I don't.
Was Natalie and Kristen even like that close of allies? I don't think so. So what was supposed to be the reaction?
Literally.
I don't even think Mark had a huge reaction. That was like his number 2.
Exactly.
So, I don't know.
When has Natalie ever had a big reaction to anyone? Or I guess maybe some gas here and that, but I don't know. It felt like they were like grasping for straws to try to like come up with the reason that clearly it was Natalie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I just have a theory that they did not want to go after Rob in this episode. Like, it's just. But then, I don't know, the fallout of the banishment makes me think maybe I'm wrong, because I'm like, okay, Tara tells Natalie Rob's name. Maybe she's like, I'm going to plant a little seed, so once we get to the final, we're all on the same accord. But Natalie's like, no, we have to do it tonight. Because I think her question was, then who else are we going after? If it's not him.
Right.
And what, you guys couldn't like agree on that second person?
Right. It was really interesting to me how it seemed like there was some energy towards Eric, and literally Rob's conversation with Mark shut that down all the way. And then it was left with like them being like, oh, if we're not going, it was like all of this is so interesting to me. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it is clearly racism. Like, clearly we're left with like only one person of color left, Eric, who is a traitor, who is only being saved because of Rob at this point. You know, a part of me is just like, y'all, this is not making sense anymore. Just like, why are we not going after Rob? He's had so much fire in this game. He's made so many big moves. He's been so confident this entire game up until this point. And I'm just so unclear why they were so afraid to make that move, because also waiting, they would just have less numbers to pull it off. So I'm like, Maura and Rob are 2 votes automatically, you know, and like Tara and Johnny, they now have each other, but I'm like, clearly they're about to be split up. They're about, you know, I don't know. It just, for me, it was like Tara and Johnny, and then they had Natalie. That's already 3 votes. And then, of course, Eric is over here. If they would have banded together, I feel like they could have pulled Mark, but they wouldn't commit to that strategy.
I don't know what's happening with the people that are left. Like, I don't know. So from there, I guess we're just going into, well, Tara tells Johnny she doesn't think she could vote Natalie because she knows she set this woman up already on this direction. She just didn't, I guess, anticipate Johnny not wanting to jump on the bandwagon. Johnny's like, she is a game player. And I'm like, this is the problem. This is the problem with Natalie being from Survivor, being the last person there. It's like, are you going to let the person from Survivor go to the very end?
I feel like if they were actually thinking strategically, they should have aligned with her, because she is someone who's willing, you know, like they could have been a team at that round table going after Rob. I get it. Folks are like, she's a gamer. Can we trust her? And I'm just like, at least Natalie and Tara have been in conversation. When has Rob ever seriously talked game with Johnny or Tara? He has not. They're not going to be able to sway him at all, you know? So I'm just like, at least she's an ally to some degree, you know, like, or like willing to have conversations.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's rough too because Tara already betrayed Natalie, if we remember that correctly. Like, they were writing each other's names a couple episodes ago. So I wonder how much that also colored whether like you can trust someone, because almost in any of these strategy games you're less likely to trust a person even when you're the one who did them dirty. Just because you did them dirty before, so why would they trust you?
Right. But I'm like, because Natalie was by herself in the
Yeah.
game. I know people are like, yes, she's a traitor and she got rid of all the other gamers. But I'm like, would someone have gotten rid of every single other gamer and be the
Mhm.
sole gamer left in the game for week or for days? No, I don't. I
Yeah.
don't. That wouldn't be a smart move.
Yeah, exactly. And she brings that up. So in the end, they go to the round table. Rob says he hasn't been suspicious of Natalie this whole game, but she became more distant the past few days. And I'm like, this is like, ugh, I hate that. I hate when it's like you could just feel tension underneath and no one's talking about it. And then the first time you're talking about it, it's at the round table. And they're just like, yeah, you have been distant. No, you've been distant. Well, it's obviously because you're a traitor. And it's just the Spider-Man meme.
Literally, the Spider-Man meme. But I'm like, at the end of the day, Natalie ain't got a dagger. So, I'm like, whether Rob was a traitor or faithful, he had too much power.
Mm-hmm.
He had too much power, and he's had too much power too long and needed to be dethroned. But now he's just on a
Out
smooth
here.
sail.
Out here just chilling. So Mark said it would be brilliant if Natalie killed her fellow gamers. Maura says they all lost people because Natalie's like, I lost all my gamers. And Natalie said keeping people who trust you is how you make it to the end as a traitor. She's like, I'm looking at my blind spots. Maybe I have a traitor angel, a term that Sandra Diaz Twine has said. And her traitor angel could be Rob. Why else would she be here? And she mentions Candace voting for Rob. So once again, Candace's ghost is just in the back of like, listen to me. And they're just debating whether it was smart or not. It was a throwaway, as Maura keeps saying, a throwaway.
It's like that meme from Arthur of like they like put a sign on the door being like stay out, and DW's like, that sign won't stop me because I can't read. That's how this game feels. They're like looking at Candace voting for Rob twice, and they're like, that won't stop me from voting for anybody else but Rob because I won't read it.
Yes.
Y'all, like, at least just do it. Just see what happens.
No, that just would be so risky, It would just be so risky to actually try that. So Natalie mentions Tara supporting the theory only to back down. She said, Tara, where are you at? You had a lot to say until we got into this room right here. And she calls out Tara directly. And Johnny said, well, I never committed to anything. So
it was also, first of all, not Tara opening up her mouth to open the round table to say, I don't have anything. What do y'all think? Tara, you could have just not said anything at all. You could just sat there. But not only did you open your mouth and not go with the theory that you've been running with all day, you opened your mouth to be like, I ain't got nothing. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Tara. She's like, I'm going to take control, but I will not follow through. And I'm like, okay, is this on purpose? Like, is Tara like, all right, the trend is you go through with a theory at the round table, and that if the theory doesn't hold up, except her and Natalie have had their theories not hold up after the round table and still survive. Is it just she didn't want to like take the fall for Rob, but she still believes it? And it's just like,
yeah, I think to me, she got afraid of the numbers of it all, of feeling like I also, the way that Maura shut them down, I feel like that deflated Tara a little bit, and Johnny's wavering like shut down. But I'm like, a part of it also is like, if she was more confident, I do believe Johnny would have went along with her. If she would have like doubled down and been like, no, I'm voting Rob, Johnny would have went along with her, you know? And I feel like if they would have just like stamped down on it, back theory or not, but it's her wavering. The wavering. It's like, girl, you just got to commit. Well, now you're about to be banished, but you should have committed.
So in the end, and then Maura's yelling. She yells at Tara for convincing Natalie. She's like, you did all this just to leave her high and dry, and still everyone's still voting Natalie. So what was the yelling for, Maura?
Literally. It's just like, clearly the castle had their plan in motion. We're voting Natalie tonight, following their fearless leader, Rob, you know.
Yep. So I wrote down, Tara is white womaning. She was like, I'm going to vote this, but I just felt really attacked today. And it's like, Tara, you can't do that because you set Natalie up. You and Natalie actually have been pretty equal, like, butting heads ever since that potion. I was like, yes, the one woman who was going to wrestle Natalie for an antidote would be Tara Lipinski, the Olympian. I don't know why now we're crying and talking about, you guys should just murder me tonight. Do you think they're gonna murder her?
No, I don't think so. I think it would be better to keep her and Johnny to try to get one of them banished, you know? I think that would be a more strategic move. I think Rob would probably be willing to get rid of Maura.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, is he really, do we think he's really going to split this money with Eric, who has joined him in the 11th hour? Really?
Yeah, he's a boy's boy.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's a boy's boy.
I'm surprised he didn't even like just let him take the fall or like hop on that train. It's like Kristen was right there. She said, plain as day, if I die, it is Eric. And that
he's a boy's boy. He did not hesitate in defending Eric at all. He didn't even think about it. The moment Lisa Rinna's name came up, he did not defend that lady. He stayed quiet. And then the next time, led the charge for her. Candace, he led the charge for her. No hesitation. Never thought about it. Eric, he immediately was like, no, that's my guy, you know? It's like, okay.
It's like he just got here.
And you literally picked him because he was an easy move to make. You know? He was never going to pick someone like Natalie, who would have been great to watch in the tour. He would have never picked her, you know, because he feels threatened by her.
Yeah, he should have, though. Like, that would have been amazing if it ended up being Natalie versus Rob at the end, or they worked together. She was like, you're basically my traitor angel. I know it. I'm calling it right now. There's no other reason why I would be here over other people. So Natalie is the one who gets banished, and she goes up there and she says, I'm a faithful. Y'all got played, and turned that ponytail around. Period.
I'm actually glad she got, or I'm not glad, you know, whatever. But I'm glad the banishment did happen when they were able to find out, just so they could have more egg on their face. I'm like, yeah, now look at you.
Yeah. So that's it. They have to go back to the turret, and they're discussing who to get murdered. So we think that Tara and Johnny are safe.
I think it'd be, I think maybe Johnny, they might do a Johnny, because I mean, clearly what we saw in this episode, without Johnny's support, Tara really
flounders.
She flounders. She's already feeling defeated. She's a perfect person to just kind of keep around. Whereas, like, you know, Johnny is a bit more strategic. He's, you know, he was quiet on purpose this episode. I feel like he was really trying to like observe, because he came out of this episode just being like clear, like, okay, yeah, it's Rob and Eric. That's Rob and Eric, you know? Meanwhile, Tara's screaming through the castle, just take me out. I'm dead.
Girl, you're almost at the finale. First of all, this season's so weird because we literally just watched almost everyone left being like, why am I here? I am not a main character. And it's like, this is not the energy we should be having at our semifinal. The hell?
And the only person not asking that question is Rob. Rob is not questioning why he's there. He's not. Is he tired? Yes.
Eric's not questioning it, but Eric has been silent. What did Eric even do this episode?
Nothing. Looked anxious in the corner the whole time.
I cannot believe him. Like he was more of a character as a faithful.
He was. So he's been a traitor and he's just been silent the whole time. Which is also like, okay, we didn't want to go after Rob. Eric was an easy layup.
Yeah.
That I don't understand.
Yep.
The man is shaking.
But honestly, if we're already going like Rob, that's random. It would be too random if it was Eric. Like
the K-pop star? Like what? Was like, yes, that is actually who we have in the turret. Love Island and a K-pop star. That's and the rest of the faithfuls are defeated. They're not sure why they're here. I'm just like, vibes are low. Just give Rob and Eric the money and let us go. Let us go.
Yeah. Yeah, please. This is so funny. So funny. So of course they're gonna be debating on who to murder. I mean, there are no more Black people in this to have a beautiful Black moment, but of course it could be part of our experience or something else. Did you have a beautiful Black moment of this episode?
Candace's ghost cackling at these faithfuls and their refusal to heed her warning.
Pretty much it's like, good for you, girl. You're still coming up and these dummies are still not picking it up. Ooh, I'm really thinking about it. I don't think there's like another one because I'm like, is there anything from my experience of watching? I don't know. I love Natalie so much. I just wish her ending was like a bit better. Like this was like, it would have been better if Tara just stood in it and like actually had like a nice back and forth or something with Natalie. Like it's Natalie just fighting for her life and everyone just whimpering out. Like Tara saying, I should just go home after you left Natalie out high to dry.
Left her high to dry and then voted for her.
Exactly.
Like,
now
like Tara, you're not the victim. You set this all up, girl. Like, you back down. And also, I get it. She got nervous, but at least she could have given Natalie's the heads up, being like, I don't know if I can do this at the round table tonight, you know?
Or just, we don't have the votes. That's something every Survivor player would hear and be like, okay, now we're adjusting. All you have to say is, we don't have the votes.
Exactly. But I'm like, Rob is a very smart man, and he has concocted a castle full of fools who are not really that strategic, and they really aren't good at this game. They are just not good at this game. Like
Maura saying how good she is at this game like 3 times in this episode. It's like, why are you here? At least the housewives, at least they're going to focus on like some kind of drama or something like that. The self-deprecating Maura and just saying, I tink, and there's nothing good following up. I tink.
Or her just like staring into the distance after Rob has clearly said something that sounds very sketchy and traitor-like. Like, this man is thinking 3 steps ahead about what's going next, and she's just like,
She's just like, I don't know what's going on, but I know it can't be Rob. Like, I thought it was you, Rob. Like, she says it to his face over and over. And he just knows that there's nothing going on behind any of that. So he doesn't have to be worried.
I just don't understand why they are not concerned. I'm like, Rob is not worried at all. Rob knows he's going to be in the finale. He's already thinking about how they're going to get there. I'm like,
Okay.
y'all, how does he have this much confidence?
I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just like, okay, what are the chances that they do just go for Rob tomorrow? Or next week, because like we've already at least thrown it out there. I feel like Tara did want a primer week because everyone's so it can't be Rob. I feel like you can't then turn everyone 100% last minute. But it's like, okay, did this primer week will it convince next time of like, this is the time, guys, let's just go for Rob. If we're wrong, one less person that we're sharing this money with. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I'm like, I think if they get rid of Johnny, I don't think they'll be able to do the Rob vote because it's like Rob, Maura, Eric, but their 3 votes. And then you have Mark's vote, which is he's kind of a wild card at this point. Yeah. And then you have Tara and Johnny, and they're gonna have to split them up somehow. Either it's through this murder or through this management. They're gonna split them up, and I just feel like they're not gonna have the numbers at this point. They're not.
Yeah.
Rob has really set it up well.
Everyone that's left here. This is strange. This is strange. So Rob has more pull over Mark for sure. More pull over Maura. I mean.
And
Eric's
whatever, Eric is, but Eric is not going to go against Rob.
No.
So it's look, there are 4 votes to Johnny and Tara's 2. I'm like, even if he did a wild card thing and got rid of Maura to like take the final bit of heat off of him, then it would just be, they would take one of the ice skaters out.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Ooh, I guess the biggest question is, I guess, it's like the order, because in the finale they have to throw the thing into the fire of whether they want to stop the game or not, and it's gonna come down to the order, and I just wonder how they're going to place people, because that will make me think like I know who they're rooting for a little bit. I think they have to be rooting for Rob since he's been there since the very beginning and made it to the end, but I just don't know how blatant it will be with the order that he's going to be in to end the game.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm like, say Maura makes it to that fire ceremony. I'm like, Mara's not going to do anything. I don't know. Just like the setup, really, Rob was thinking the long game this entire time.
Truly.
It's like that fire ceremony is going to be so interesting. Like, I don't imagine. Yeah, I'm just like, Rob is going to win. I think he might be willing to sacrifice Eric at that point.
That's just my main question, I guess, because I think that's just the most interesting outcome is whether he's going to take him out or not. And oh my gosh, if he doesn't, I do feel like Candace and Lisa's going to get on that butt.
Yep.
Because it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean you didn't betray him? You didn't want to share it with us from the beginning, but you pick Eric and then you kept him?
This is gonna be so interesting. Whatever happens, it's gonna be so interesting, but not in a good way. Like, not
no.
How bad is this gonna be?
Yeah. What is our do we have a chaotic bye moment in this episode?
Well, mine was when they came in for breakfast and Alan comes in to let them know that Kristen was murdered, and he throws down her picture.
Yeah.
And is like a pan-fried steak, she must rest.
Dang.
heard him say that, and I was like, I'm sorry, did he just compare her to a pan-fried steak and had to run it back just to hear that for sure?
She is the top chef, okay? That was respect right there, because it could have been a terrible meal. So, fair. Oh my gosh, chaotic bi moment. I think, oh my god, it had to be our freaking gay and girly pop. Johnny and Tara, this whole freaking episode were chaotic bis. They're like, we just came out. And then they were like, so what are we doing tonight? And just not being on the same page. And then Tara just being like, okay, I guess I'm really not going to put my foot down. It's like,
the next level switch up, that is just like, I will say my best friend was like, that is peak Gemini activity. To be doing
Gemini.
Tara. Peak Gemini activity. It's like peak Gemini activity, peak white woman activity to do all that and then cry about it afterwards. Like, it was just like,
Justice for Natalie. She was gorgeous and amazing this whole entire freaking season. Love her. She said,
I will say her allegiance to the boys, but I get it. She also didn't really have any allies in the game, so it makes sense. And at first she was trying to click up with the girls and the gays, but then they just picked off all the housewives. And Monet. So,
she was out for herself and fought for herself tooth and nail, and I gotta respect it more than Tara saying, just kill me tonight.
Oh, girl, it's like, stand up. Like, this is all your fault. Like, Maura looking her in the face was like, well, why did you vote for her then? Like, you are responsible for your own actions.
Exactly. So we'll have to see what the finale is going to be like. Any other thoughts about this episode?
You know what? I'm just like, we're done. Yeah. I feel like the finale episode should just be them giving Rob the money, and then we just move straight into the reunion.
Let's do it.
Give him the money, and I just want to hear Lisa Rinna cuss him out. Okay, like
see who stormed off, who didn't, because there's a whole debate over that.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see. So now, Quita, where can people follow you in between now and those episodes?
You can find me on Instagram at hello_Quita.
And I am your host, Nicole Weaver of Black Bi Reality. Please follow Black Bi Reality across all socials. I am writing over at Parade. And one thing that we're doing, even though we're not talking about Love is Blind Season 10 on the podcast, is I did interview some of the cast members. Links down below for the YouTube or on the podcast bio. And other than that, guys, I hope you feel visible and stay visible today. Bye.